Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday I made a video on the turbine, on the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline turbine that was fixed by the Siemens Canada, shipped from Canada to Germany, and it's supposed to be shipped now from Germany to Russia to be installed in order for Russia to increase the flow of gas towards Germany mainly. Now we know that the gas flow right now is 20%. The Germans will not be able to fill their reserves for the winter, so we don't know who's lying here. Nevertheless, this turbine had a problem, was shipped to Canada. Those guys did not work on it because the Canadians imposed sanctions on Russia. So then the turbine was not worked on. Then Germany asked Canada to start working on a turbine and bypass the sanctions. It's possible, and then ship it back because they need gas this winter. Canada said, "Yo, okay." They finished it, send it to Germany, and then here, once it was shipped, from the moment it was shipped from Canada, there were a lot of articles talking about Russia didn't want to install it, and Russia is gonna do this. They didn't even get it back, and the articles that I read was all Russia doesn't want to do it. Russia's blackmailing Germany. They didn't have the turbine at that point. We find that the turbine is just in Germany right now. So how can the Russians install it? Now, even Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, went to see the turbine. Like, you see, Jesus Christ was born. You go over there like a magi or whatever, magi. You go over there and oh my God, here's my gift to the turbine. It's a turbine. It's a mechanical installation. What do you want to see? But he's a politician. He has to show that he is, showing interest in this, and he's for the that's the way it works in the mass democracy. You have to show charisma, and you have to show that you're a weasel, and then when they're gonna blame you, your enemies, that you didn't do anything for that, you say, I even went and saw it. That means zero. So the problem, I was very interested in the problem. So this article comes from Reuters from August 3rd. This is the title: "The turbine works." No shit. Germany's Scholz points finger at Russia in energy row. I read this title, I said, points finger at Russia for what? The turbine is still in your country. You did not ship it after it was fixed to Russia. What's the connection here? Turbine damaged, turbine shipped to Canada, turbine waiting because of the sanctions in Canada, turbine allowed to be fixed, turbine fixed, turbine shipped back to Germany. Now turbine is here. Next steps: turbine shipped from Germany to Russia, turbine installed, turbine works, gas flows. All right. So what do you mean? Points the finger. Where is the Russia's problem here? Maybe they tell us. So we have in Mülheim am den Ruhr, Germany, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Wednesday said Russia had no reason to hold up the return of gas turbine for the Nord Stream 1 pipeline that had been serviced in Canada but had since been stranded in Germany in an escalating energy standoff. I have to read again. So Olaf Scholz on Wednesday said that Russia had no reason to hold up the return of a gas turbine. Then deliver it, send it to me. What do you mean? It doesn't have any reasons. No, I don't have any reasons. Send it. That has been serviced in Canada. Okay, but has since been stranded in Germany. Stranded why? The Russians did not want to get it back? Did I hear anywhere? Was there any article pointing out it? And why? There's some documentation that says, we don't want it back, or what's going on here? Standing next to the turbine, On the factory visit to Siemens Energy in Mülheim an der Ruhr, Sholtz said it was fully operational. You don't know, because it was not attached to the pipe. You can say, all right, what other people told you, the engineers. All right, so it was fully operational and could be shipped back to Russia. Let's go at any time, right now, yesterday, go. Provided Moscow was willing to take it back. Did they say anything about that? And why not? Because they're bad dudes. The fate of the 12-meter, 13-yard long turbine has been closely watched as European governments accuse Russia of throttling gas supplies on spurious pretext in revenge for Western sanctions after the invasion of Ukraine in February. No, fix the turbine, install it, send it back, we'll install it, and bye-bye. It didn't get to the Russians. The Russians right now have nothing to say. The whole issue is off or out of the Russians' hand. What are they supposed to do? Send them a platoon to kidnap the turbine and get it to Russia? Would that speed up the process? Or what's going on? And it says, Moscow denies doing so and cited issues with the turbine as the reason for lower gas flows through Nord Stream 1, which have been cut to 20% of capacity. Yeah, they stand over there and now they get it back. The turbine's movements had been shrouded in secrecy and its whereabouts unknown until Tuesday evening, when the Chancellor's visit to Siemens Energy was announced. So who had interest to keep it quiet? And then blame the other guys. I say the Germans. The Germans had the whole interest to say, hey, they don't want the turbine, instead of saying, we got a turbine and we still can blame the Russians for not increasing the pipe. Oh, the Russians had nothing to do with it. You have to pass it over. The turbine works. We heard that, remember. Said, telling reporters the point of his visit was to show the world that the turbine worked. The turbine worked. Yeah, the turbine worked, and that there was nothing mystical to observe here. Yeah, but you were there. So if it's nothing mystical to observe, why are you there? What do you mean you show it? Did you plug it in? It started rotating, sucking, whatever it has to do? Is that? It's unbelievable. It's quite clear and simple. The turbine is there and can be delivered. Do it. Do it. But someone needs to say, I want to have it. My God. It's like someone comes and steals your car, all right? Hijacks your car, right? And then because you didn't say stop, it's okay with the guy who got your car. If you didn't say stop, or you didn't say stop 3 times, let's say. You said stop, but you said it only 2 times. You're supposed to say it 3 times. What do you mean? There's a contract. I'm pretty sure that's a contract which says you send it. I don't have to ask for something I send for repair, for maintenance, or whatever, for services. Do I? They try to play with euphemism. Well, maybe the Russians do not want it back. So what? You don't have gas. Don't sanction me. Bye-bye. Call me when you get the sanctions up. How about that? And what is the other option? Yeah, we are the bad dudes. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Come and massage my knee. The wooden leg. So it says here that even if Russia took back the turbine, Sholtz warned that Gazprom could face more disruptions further down the line and that supply contracts might not be honored. These are scenarios, and I don't think so. I think the Martians will come over and they will create a lot of energy and give it for free. All right, it's another scenario. Or maybe in the meantime, a lady of the night will come and, I don't know, kidnap Sholtz and get him to the ferries of the ladies of the midnight. What the? These are scenarios. We can talk with this kind of if, what, maybe in the future. I can say whatever I want. Maybe Germany decides to attack Great Britain tomorrow because he's upset with turbine, because the turbine works. What? A senior manager at Kremlin-controlled Gazprom said last week that the delivery of the turbine after servicing was not in line with the contract and that it had been sent to Germany without Russians' consent. So where was that supposed to be? Now, is the guy lying? How do we know? So This guy said that the delivery of the turbine after servicing was not in line with the contract and that it had been sent to Germany without Russians' consent. A contract is a contract, remember? Standing next to the Sholtz, Siemens Energy CEO Christian Bruch confirmed that there were ongoing talks with Gazprom but no agreement. Oh, so that means there's no agreement to get the turbine back. So I don't even know, because this guy say, oh, that's not a contract, it shouldn't have gone to Germany. Why is Germany going? It should have gone. Well, that's a technicality. It seems to me that maybe the Russians might want to postpone something. Very possible, very possible. But this is what this article tells us, what those guys say. I don't know exactly what those guys said, but nevertheless, I'm just reporting and reading these guys. I don't know what is in the contract. I don't know if indeed the contract states what the Gazprom CEO or whoever said it. I don't know. And if it's true, then yes, and why did you get it? I think it's a political stunt, and could be a blackmail from the Russians, and I would not be surprised with either alternatives. This guy tried to play the victims. Look, the Russians are not trustworthy partners. They don't want the turbine back. The other guys say, wait a second, we want it back, but why did you get it? You were not supposed to get it. Maybe that's one of the things. I don't know. But you see, that's how wisdoms work. But it's a war, that's interest, and it's fighting. Why can't we all be friends? Because that's the way we are. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.